Namamishwaram Sachidanandarupam Lasat Kundalam Gokule Brajamanam. Dasadabheyalokhaladhabamanam Paramrustam Atyanta Tadrutya Gopya. Rudantam mohor netra yugmam rujantam Karam bhuja yugmena satanka netram. Sasakam patri rekha kantha Sita graivam damodaram bhakti badam. Iti druksa Lila vir ananda kunde Sogo samnimma jantam akyapayantam. Tadeyase tagesu bhaktairjitatvam Puna prematastam satabruti bande. Param deva moksham va moksha vadhim va Nachanyam brune ambare sadapiya. Idam te papurnatha gopalavalam Sada me manasya virastam kimane. Idam te papurnatha gopalavalam Sada me manasya virastam kimane. Idam te mokham bhojam atyanta nilay Mratam kuntalai snigdha raktai sagopya. Mohosametam bimba raktadaram me Manasya virastam alam lakhyalavai. Namo Deva Damodara Ananta Vishnu Prasida Prabho Dukha Jalabdi Magnam. Namo Deva Damodara Ananta Vishnu Prasida Prabho Dukha Jalabdi Magnam. Kripa Drashti Prastyate Dinam Vadano Rohane Samamagyam Medhya Kidrusha. Veratma Jaubada Murtaiva Yadva Toya Mochitau Bhakti Bhajau Krutau Cha. Tatha prema bhaktim sakam me prayacha Namokshe graha me sthita modareha. Tatha prema bhaktim sakam me prayacha Namokshe graha me sthita modareha. Namaste stu damne spura dipti damne Todi adaraya ta visvasya damne. Namaste stu damne todiya priyaya namo ananta lilaya devaya tubhyam. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Damodara Sri Radhe. Jayo Radhe, Jayo Radhe, Jayo Radhe, Jaya Sri Radhe. Shri Radha Damodar ki Gaur Premanande. Tava kathamrutam tapta jivanam kave viriditam kalmasapam Sravana Mangalam Srimadatatam Bhuve Grunanti Te Bhuri Rajana The nectar of your words and the description of your activities are the life and soul of those suffering in this material world. These narrations, transmitted by learned sages, eradicate one's sinful reactions and bestow good fortune upon whoever hears them. These narrations are broadcast all over the world and are filled with the spiritual power. Certainly those who spread the message of Godhead are most munificent. Hare Krishna. So, thank you very much for joining. Kartik month, the most beautiful month. It looks like we started yesterday and it will end tomorrow. But I congratulate all of you. I extend my gratitude to all of you that during this pandemic period, you remain with us, connected through Zoom, and inspired us to continue this. Tomorrow we'll have the end day. I would like more and more people to join tomorrow, as many people possible. And tomorrow we will have a quiz, a grand quiz, and quiz only confined to Brahma's prayer to Lord Krishna. So let us read this prayer of Brahma. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 14, Brahma's prayer to Lord Krishna. Antarbhavenanta bhavantameva hi ata tyajanto mrugayanti santaha asantam api yanti ahim antarena santam gunam tam kim yuyanti santadha. So this sloka has lot of anta. Anta, ananta, bhavantam, tejanta, mrugayanti, santaha, asantam, anti, antarena, yanti, santaha. So this is the beauty of a poem. O unlimited Lord, the saintly devotees seek you out within their own bodies by rejecting everything separate from you. Indeed, how can discriminating persons appreciate the real nature of a rope lying before them until they refute the illusion that it is a snake? So, it's so interesting, this prayer. Let me read it again. O unlimited Lord, Ananta, the saintly devotees seek you out within their own bodies by rejecting everything separate from you. And Prabhupada said purity is the essence. If we really have to search Krishna within my heart, within my consciousness, within my thought process, everywhere, then I have to be pure. How can I be pure if I don't insulate myself from everything material? That means I have to even dissociate myself from the Shara personality, this bodily consciousness. And yet, how can discriminating persons appreciate the real nature of a loaf lying before them until they refute the illusion that it is a snake? Okay? So, Brahmaji is saying Krishna consciousness is not a theoretical, or a speculative process, imaginative process. It's a process that must be directly experienced. It's just like a person. He will not be satisfied until he understands this is a rope, this is not a snake. Under illusion, I'm under fear that this is a snake. Similarly, I must be peaceful only when I attain that purity. And in that purity, I search only Krishna. Very, very powerful verse. Athapi te deva padambujadvaya prasada lasano grihita evahi janati tattvam bhagavan mahimno na chanya eko pichiram vichinvan. My Lord, if one is favored by even a slight trace of mercy of your lotus feet, he can understand the greatness of your personality. For those who speculate to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead are unable to know you, even though they continue to study the Vedas for many years. So Brahmaji is coming to the same thing what he spoke in the beginning. Those who focus on their puny intelligence to understand the absolute. Jnane prayasam. One will achieve nothing. Only those who are favored by Krishna and his representative, like whomever Srila Prabhupada favored, they are all extremely extraordinary. A grace of Guru and Krishna, that to understand, we cannot follow any material logic. No material logic will help me to understand the mercy of Guru and Krishna. The grace of Guru and Krishna is such by which we understand that which others cannot understand. What is that verse? Mahaprabhu's verse. Katham, bolo. Kathesmin. Kathanchana smrute asmin. Sukaram, duskaram, sukaram bhavet. And then? Vismrute viparitam syat. Sri Chaitanyam namami tvam. So, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is saying, somehow or other, kathanchana, smrite yasmin. If I somehow remember the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, duskaram, sukaram bhavet. That which is impossible becomes immediately possible. And vismrute, when I forget. Then viparitam, that means sukaram, duskaram bhavet. So that which is so easy becomes so difficult. And then Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is folding his hand and saying, "O Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I offer my unlimited obeisances unto you." Prabhupada in that purport, he talks about three things. He says, there are big scholars. They are occupying chair professors in MIT, Harvard, IIT, big universities, very big names. But they cannot understand, I am soul, I am Atman, I am divine. Somehow or other, they think we are just this product of matter. They cannot understand. But those who have got the grace of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his Guru Parampara, they immediately understand it. And they live the life. It is not that simply understand. They commit easily, spontaneously. They get up early morning, they do the arati, they change their lifestyle. Asat Sanga Tyaga, they give up all abominable association naturally. And they become purity personified. So easy. So easy for those who accept it. So difficult for those who have not got that grace. This is one example Prabhupada is saying. Then another example Prabhupada is saying. Then that is third one. The second one Prabhupada is saying, controlling our senses is so difficult. Right? You become a devotee, you accept Guru Parampara, you don't watch nonsense, you don't want to go to theater, you are happy to be in the temple doing Sankirtana, you only take Krishna Prasadam, you like devotee association. When one devotee sees the other devotees, it's like, big smile, broad smile, the body language becomes so nectarine. When we started practicing Krishna consciousness, wherever we went, we are searching where are devotees, where are some devotees. That is the grace of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu. That is the grace of Nityananda Prabhu and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. My dear friends, please understand this. And third thing, Prabhupada is giving his own example that how Prabhupada was empowered to write so many books. Books about Krishna, ordinarily people cannot write. It requires certain special mercy of Krishna. Chaitanya Charitamrita was compiled by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. He got special krupa. Vyasadeva, he compiled so many Vedic literature, but to compile Bhagavatam, which is direct glorification of Krishna, he has to go through so many austerities, so much of tapasya, writing so many books, and still, he was not so qualified until he was personally ordered by Narada. Now you directly describe the glorification of Krishna. This is called Guru Krishna Kripa, and very few people understand this. Next. Tadastu me nath saburi bhago bhavetra vanyatra tuvadira satsa yenam ekopi bhavajnana bhutva niseve tava pada pallavam. Beautiful. Beautiful. My dear Lord, I therefore pray to be so fortunate that in this life as Lord Brahma or in another life, wherever I take my birth, I may be counted as one of your devotees. My dear friends, please understand, Brahma is a first-class pure devotee. We have Brahma Gaudiya Sampradaya. Brahmaji is the founder Acharya. Nobody without becoming pure can become an Acharya. He's an Acharya. But an Acharya has been dragged by Lila Sakti of Krishna. And Brahmaji is teaching us how to pray to Krishna, how to understand Krishna, how to appreciate Krishna consciousness. I pray that wherever I may be, even among the animal species, I can engage in devotional service to your lotus feet. Bhaktivinoda Thakur is praying. He's praying. Bahirmukha Brahma Janma. Bahirmukha Brahma Janma. Nahi asa. Nahi. Bahirmukha Manasa Deha Geha Jo Kichu Mor Arpilu Tua Pade Nanda Kishore. Bahirmukha Brahma Janme Nahi Asa Kita Janma Hau Yatha Tuadasa. So Brahmaji is saying Sorry, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying, if you will offer me the post of Brahma, but in that situation I have no devotion for you, oh Lord, please don't grant me that. What you must grant me? Kita Janma. I am ready to accept a birth of a Kita. Kita means worm, insect. If I can serve you in that body. Huh? It's amazing. And same thing Brahmaji is saying. Whether in this life or in my next life, always consider me as your devotee. Huh? Whichever species I'm born, doesn't matter. But I must perform your devotional service. Very powerful prayer. Oh Lakshmi Narsimhadev, oh Giriraj, oh Radha Ramanji, oh Radha Damodar. I may continuously be engaged in your devotional service. Wherever we go, we preach your glory. We speak about you. We meditate about you. That's it. Ahoti dhanya brajagora ramanya stanya mrutam pitam ativete muda yasam vivo vassataratmajatmana yatru tayadvaipyapi na chalam advara. O Almighty Lord, how greatly fortunate are the cows and ladies of Vrindavana, nectar of whose breast milk you have happily drunk to your full satisfaction, taking the form of their calves and children. Now Brahmaji is appreciating what he did. He said that I stole all your calves and cowherd friends, but then that gave you an opportunity to become their son of the cowherd man and woman, and son of the cows. And you suck their breast milk. How fortunate are they? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Every day in the morning after Abhishekam, I offer bhoga to Lord Nrsimhadev, Lakshmi Nrsimhadev, Giriraj Krishna, Shri Radha Ramanju, Bal Gopal. And I pray, Krishna, please accept. But here Krishna is going and taking, he's personally taking, he's sucking the milk. Feed me. She says to Yasodamaya, feed me. You have no other business except to feed me. Here we are requesting Krishna, oh Krishna, I have thousands of faults. I have no devotion. But on the strength of my spiritual master and Srila Prabhupada, please accept these offerings and bless all those who are helping to make all these offerings. So we make that request here, Krishna. What a fortune to contemplate the fortune of these cowherd boys, cowherd men, women, and cows. Immense, and Brahmaji is appreciating. And he's thrilled. He says that how degraded, how insignificant, how untouchable I am, because I'm far away from you, your mercy, your grace, your internal potency. I'm not in your association. And not only these people are in your association, how they're reciprocating with you. You are same absolute truth, whom yogis are searching for trillions of years. I know my age is now 150 trillion years. I know some of the yogis almost of similar age like Kumaras and so many. They're searching to get this privilege. And this privilege of Brajbasis is just extraordinary. All the Vedic sacrifices performed from time immemorial up to present day have not given you as much satisfaction. So Brahma is saying, by sucking their blood, you felt very happy. Neither Ashwamedha Yajna, nor Rajasya Yajna, nor Vajapaya Yajna, nor any Yajna, or even anything that we perform, people, yogis perform, gives you as much satisfaction as Brajbasis do. And really, if you join in the Sankirtan movement of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you can also give Kṛṣṇa similar happiness. The same happiness that Brajbasis gave to Kṛṣṇa, similar happiness you can give to Kṛṣṇa by the grace of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, by joining this Sankirtan movement, spreading this Sankirtan movement. Yesterday Siddhartha asked this question, how, our MPs, Prime Minister, Chief Ministers can become devotee. I said, this is the only way when public is educated in Krishna consciousness. And public will be educated in Krishna consciousness if we do mass scale Sankirtan, mass scale Prasadam distribution. There is no other alternative. Very, very wonderful. Aho bhagyam, nanda gopa brajau kasam, yan mitram paramanandam, purna brahma sanatanam. Aho bhagyam, nanda gopa brajau kasam. What a fortune. How greatly fortunate are Nanda Maharaj, the cowherd man, and all other inhabitants of Brajbhumi. There is no limit to their good fortune, because the absolute truth, the source of transcendental bliss, the eternal supreme Brahman, has become their friend. I don't think anybody can ever pray such wonderful prayers. Our great Acharya, Lord Brahma, has done it. Let us offer trillions of obeisances to the lotus feet of Lord Brahma. He is our Acharya. He is teaching us. Aho bhagyam. Nanda gopa brajau kasam. Yan mitram paramanandam. Mitram. He became their friend and gave them highest satisfaction. Purna Brahma Sanatanam. And this Kṛṣṇa is Purna Brahma. Purna Brahma. All other are partial. Lord Rama is partial. Lord Narayana is partial. Vishnu is partial. Manifestation of the absolute truth. Only Kṛṣṇa is Purna Brahma. Brahmaji is offering prayer every day in Satyaloka, in his own abode. He is worshipping Sahasra Sirsa Purusa. Vishnu in 1,000-headed form. Sahasra Sirsa Purusa. And he's saying Kṛṣṇa is Purna Brahma. When I became devotee and went to my village, so my near and dear ones, They came and attacking me. What are you doing? Huh? So I made them sit down. I said, who's God? Huh? So there ensued a discussion. And finally, everybody agreed. Huh? We have Shiva, we have Ganesha, we have Brahma, we have Vishnu, we have Narayana, we have Rama, we have Krishna. But Krishna is Purna Brahma. So once they agreed, now you follow what I say. Right? You have to explain everyone. Krishna is Purna Brahma. He is beyond Brahman concept. He is beyond Paramatma concept. He is Purna Brahma. Purna Brahma Sanatana. My dear friend. Krishna is Purna Brahma. Esam tu bhagya mahima chitatavadastam ekadasaiva hi vayam bata buri bhaga etadrasika cha sakaila sakrut pibama sarvadayangri udaja madhavam mrutasavam te. Yet even though the extent of good fortune of these residents of Vrindavan is inconceivable. No, we can't conceive the fortune of Brajvasis. But I would like all those who are joining here, whether Abhishek Bansal, Panchal, Akhay, who are there, Amit Pal, Sachin, Sabita Verma, Ritu Bandari, Rajkumar Yadav, Pawan Goyal, Ram Krishna, all Kunal, Jivanes, Prasad, Ansul, Kalyani, everyone should be fortunate to enter into Braj Lila of Krishna. All of you can. If you please Gauranga Mahaprabhu, Gauranga Mahaprabhu will catch hold of your hand and will tell, here is Krishna Lila, go there. And then Brahmaji will come and will tell the same thing here. That even though the extent of the good fortune of these residents of Braj is inconceivable, we 11 presiding deities of the various senses headed by Lord Shiva are also most fortunate, because senses of these devotees of Vrindavan are the cups through which we repeatedly drink the nectarian, intoxicating beverage of the honey of your lotus feet. We have 11 senses. 5 knowledge acquiring senses, 5 working senses, and mind. I don't know who is presiding deity of what. I know Chandra is presiding deity of mind, and Sun is the presiding deity of eye, and maybe Brahma is presiding deity of ear or Shruti. I don't know. I don't want to speculate. Lord Shiva, I don't know what is but here it is. There is no purport, otherwise I would have gone through. So there are 11 presiding deity. So when Brajvasis, they perform devotional service. So these presiding deities of 11 senses, they also relish those devotees. That is why I always say, if you become a devotee, Lord Shiva is pleased with you. Lord Brahma is pleased with you. If we are performing devotional service, we don't have to worry. Bring Bhagavad Gita. After a long time, I have not quoted that verse. What is that? Narunam Charajan Gata Mukundram Parivruta Kartam. What is that verse? I don't have to pay back to the king, the demigods, or once we have surrendered to Mukunda, we are not indebted to anyone. Anyone. Prabhupada quotes that verse here. Devarsi bhutaptan runam pitrunam naking karanayam runicha rajan sarvatmanaya saranam saranyam gato mukundam parivrutya kartam. 11.5.41. This is quoted. See, this is Bhagavad Gita, by Krishna's verse. I have gone so through, so I know exactly where it is there. This is in 41st chapter, text of first chapter. I didn't know the verse number. I knew it is in first chapter. So this verse is quoted by Prabhupada. Prabhupada is saying, anyone, the translation of this verse is, anyone who has taken shelter of the lotus feet of Mukunda, the giver of liberation, giving up all kinds of obligation, has taken to the path in all seriousness, owes neither duties nor obligation to the demigods, sages, general living entities, family members, humankinds, or forefathers. Ujjwal is there. Ujjwal is there. Ujjwal, Sachin. They should hear it. Manish Yadav is there. Manish Yadav. उसको कॉल करके बोलो क्यों नहीं हो तुम? आज तो नहीं था मनीष यादव, मॉर्निंग में जो हमारा जो इंटरेक्शन हुआ था नहीं था ना, उसको कॉल करो, सेंड मैसेज सेंड करो. So dear devotees, be fortunate. So Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, everyone becomes grateful to a devotee. Devotee is very powerful, extremely powerful. It is not that devotee wants to be powerful, no. Devotee accepts his very insignificant position and accepts as instrument of Krishna. He understands he can be only a mere instrument of Krishna. But by that process, he pleases everyone. Demigods, Krishna, and everyone he pleases. There is, when Krishna is pleased, there is nothing to be pleased. If you are pleased Krishna, there is no need to please anyone. So this verse is saying, there is this story I have, I had narrated, right? What is the story? In Srirangam, Tiruchirappalli, near Tiruchirappalli. From Tiruchirappalli, around 20-30 kilometers is Srirangam, maybe less than that. So Srirangam is a temple town, and there was a devotee, and he is always chanting Om Namo Narayana, Om Namo Narayana, Om Namo Narayana. And once Parvati and Lord Shiva, they were traveling in the sky, and they noticed, this devotee was noticed. And Mother Parvati felt very affectionate to this person. And she pleaded with Lord Shiva, my dear master, let us give something to this devotee. I feel he's so detached, he's just so surrendered. So Lord Shiva says, so be it. So they became Brahmana and Brahmani, and they came in front of this devotee of Ranganathji and said, we want to give you something. Then this devotee said, I don't need anything. Suppose I say, Anil Krishna Yadav, what do you need? What do you want? Bolo re kya? There will be list of things. Arey bol na. Bol. बस बोल कर तो प्यूरिफाइड हो जाएगा, बोल। हाँ, तेरा लिस्ट बता। पहला वन, हाँ, अनिल कृष्ण यादव is going to ask, suppose Lord Shiva and Lord Parvati would go and say, वर मांगो। हाँ बोलो, बोलो। हाँ, बस जो है अंदर में, जो है बोल। हाँ, स्पॉन्टेनियसली बोल रहे। ये तो नेचुरल बनना, आर्टिफिशियल क्यों बनता है? हैं? अरे निकम्मा है। हाँ ठीक है, जयसवाल तू बोल।
I would like to finish this PhD.
हैं? भाई बर मांगा।
I would like to finish this degree, PhD degree. I would like to finish this.
PhD डिग्री उसमें क्या करेंगे वो? उसमें क्या बर मांगना है? भाई बर मांग, बर क्या PhD डिग्री मांगते क्या? PhD तेरा एडमिशन हो गया, तुझे अभी मेहनत ही करना पड़ेगा। उसमें क्या बर मांगना है? बर मांगते हैं घर, बंगला, सुंदरी। भाई ये तो धना जना सुंदरी कविता जगदीशा, मैंने ये सब बर मांगते हैं। बोल क्या तुझे चाहिए? हैं? I don't know. These people are, bit
May I tell you?
थोड़ा सा, make the discussion little lighter. We are all serious. हैं? कोई बोलेगा?
Sir, one devotee wants to.
सर कृष्णा चाहिए सर।
कृष्णा चाहिए। कौन है रे?
दिलीप
सर असाइनमेंट और ये सब क्विजेस वगैरह बंद हो जाए तो और मजा।
ये थोड़ा मजा आया, असाइनमेंट क्विजेस बंद हो जाए, वो जो मुझे आया। कम से कम उसका नाम क्या है ये? जायसवाल अगर बोलता है मेरा हर महीने में एक पेपर पब्लिश हो जाए। हाँ थोड़ा, नहीं इसको बोलना भी नहीं आता है। हैं?
सर कोरोना का
और बोलो रे, बोलते जाओ क्या क्या वर मांगना है, बोलो।
सर 8 मिस्टिक परफेक्शन निकल जाए।
सर 1 करोड़ की जॉब, सर 1 करोड़ की जॉब।
हैं?
1 करोड़ जॉब।
1 करोड़ की जॉब कौन कह रहा है? आज के जमाने में किसी को 1 करोड़ की जॉब मिल नहीं रहा है।
सर एनुअल
रिसेशन हो गया रे। अब लाख की बात कर, करोड़ की बात मत करो।
सर 8 मिस्टिक परफेक्शन।
Vikas is working in Chennai. He was telling nowadays even IITians are not getting job for 5 lakh rupees per क्या है 5-6 लाख रुपीस पर annum। 10 लाख तो बात की बात है। ऐसी स्थिति हो गया, 5-6 लाख पर annum की नौकरी नहीं मिल रहा है आजकल। ऐसी स्थिति है और मैं तो बहुत खुश हूं। ऐसा होना ही चाहिए। अरे मुझे गाली मत दो। डोंट कर्स मी। ठीक है, और किसी को कुछ मांगना है? वैष्णव भारद्वाज।
कोविड वैक्सीन।
कोविड वैक्सीन। और बोलो पांचाल, क्या वर मांगना है रे तुझे? राजकुमार यादव कुछ कह रहा था क्या?
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु।
हाँ,
सर्विस टू द लॉर्ड, सर्विस टू द लॉर्ड प्रभु।
सर्विस टू द लॉर्ड।
सर्विस टू द डिवोटीज ऑफ डिवोटीज ऑफ डिवोटीज।
अच्छा अच्छा। कैंपस रीओपनिंग। That's a good. Anyhow, this particular devotee, बोला मुझे कुछ ही नहीं चाहिए, कुछ भी नहीं चाहिए। So Parvati said, should I give you some cows? Should I give you some gold? Should I give you some land? बोला मुझे कुछ भी नहीं चाहिए। और कुछ भी बोले, वो बोले नहीं मुझे कुछ भी नहीं चाहिए। So that angered Parvati. As soon as Parvati became angry with that devotee, immediately Sudarshan Chakra appeared there. तुम लोगों ने सुना हुआ है ना, जब Durvasa Muni offended Ambarisha Maharaj, that time Sudarshan Chakra appeared. But you don't know, this devotee of Srirangam, is just the story of 500, 600 years old story. Maybe 1,000, maximum 1,000-year-old story. Where Sudarshan Chakra appeared. And immediately Lord Shiva told Parvati, your situation is very dangerous. For you, I am not going to, because I know already what has happened to Durvasa. So immediately they fell and caught hold of that devotee, saying, sorry, hame maaf kar do. Please forgive me. So this is a devotee. Once you become a devotee, everybody is happy. Everybody is happy. So, anybody who is giving up devotional service, he must be most unfortunate. In no situation, we can give up our devotional service only by offending Vaishnavas. So that is why one devotee told just now, we should be asking for service to devotees, servants of devotees. So, nice here. So this is, what wonderful prayers we are reading. These are so nice prayers. Tadbhuri bhagyam yajanma kimapi atabhyam yadgo kuleyapi katamangri rajo vishekam yajjivitam to nikilam bhagavan mukundas tuadyapi yat padaraja sruti mrugyam eva. My greatest possible good fortune would be to take any birth, whatever, in this forest of Gokul, and have my head bathed by the dust falling from the lotus feet of any of its residents. You see? Brahmaji, we must offer. I was very fortunate. We are very fortunate. We had a Rajasthan trip, and we had gone to Pushkar. So, my greatest possible good fortune would be to take any birth, whatever, in this forest of Gokul, whatever, he's saying, and have my head bathed by the dust falling from the lotus feet of any of its residents, almost like Uddhava's prayer. Their entire life and soul is the Supreme Personality, God and Mukunda, the dust of whose lotus feet is still being searched for in the Vedic mantras. People, every day, early morning, they get up. They take early birth, 3 o'clock, and recite Vedic hymns. For what? They're searching for the dust of the lotus feet of Krishna. So Brahmaji is saying, oh Krishna, please grant me this boon, that I may be born in any form within this Vrindavan, such that I can be smeared by the dust of the inhabitants of Brajvasis who have such great love for you. Esam gosani vasinam uta bhavan kim deva rateti nas cheto vishwa phalat phalam tad aparam kutapi ayanmayati sadve sadeva putanapi sakula tvam eva devapita yadharmartha suhrut piratmatanaya pranasayastvatkrute. My mind becomes bewildered just trying to think of what reward other than you could be found anywhere. Huh? Somebody said Krishna, right? I want Krishna. If you have Krishna within your heart, what else you need? If you have Purna Brahma within your heart, what else you need? What else you need? You are the embodiment of all benedictions which you bestow upon these residents of cowherd community of Vrindavan. Why Braj is fortunate? They have Krishna. And we feel we are fortunate. Why? Anil Krishna Yadav. He will say, if I have a bungalow, then I am fortunate. If I have bank balance, I am fortunate. If I have a Sundari, I am fortunate. But for Brajbasi, nothing. There, वो तो wanderers. वो तो आदिवासी हैं. Braja means they are always on move. जहां पे घास है, जहां पे पानी है, वहीं पे चले जाते हैं, क्योंकि उनके पास गाय है. Wherever cows can be taken care of, they just move to that place. Today this forest, tomorrow another forest, day after another forest. They are always on a move. But they have Krishna. Huh? They are not searching for Microsoft job. No. Wonderful. You have already arranged to give yourself to Putana and her family members in exchange for disguising herself as a devotee. Brahma is saying, Putana came to kill you, and you awarded her the position of your mother. Her family members, from Aghasura to others, they all came to kill you. But still you awarded them liberation. So what is left for you to give these devotees of Vrindavan, whose home, wealth, friends, dear relations, bodies, children, very lives and heart are all dedicated only to you? अरे जब पुतना को मिल गया Vaikuntha Vas, what a devotee can ask. So these devotees of Braj, they don't ask anything except Krishna. Except Krishna. I always meditate when Krishna finally went after 78 years. At the age of 11, Krishna left Vrindavan, and at the approximately age of 89, Krishna went to Vrindavan. After killing Dantavakra and Viduratha. And that time, everybody became so jubilant. Braj became exactly. Braj took the shape of the same shape. And when Krishna declared that I have to now go, I have a big job to do. My job is not finished. It is not that Nanda Baba told Krishna, you are living in palace of Dwaraka, you take us to Dwaraka. Did Nanda Baba say that? No. They could have asked anything to Krishna that time. Nanda Baba only said, "Oh Krishna, our life has become impossible without you. That's all I can tell you. Our life has become impossible without you." So Krishna immediately invited thousands of spiritual planes and put all the Brajvasis in those planes and took back to his original abode. So Brahmaji is praying, is making this point very clear. Oh Krishna, these devotees of Braj, Vrindavan, what they have to ask you? When you have given the deadliest of persons like Putana, Vaikuntha Vas, what you cannot give? But these devotees, they don't ask anything because they have you. So if somebody has Krishna, then we don't need anything else. Tavad ragadayastenas, tavad kara gruham gruham, tavan mohongri nigado, yavat Krishna nate janaha. My dear Lord Krishna, until people become your devotees, their material attachments and desires remain thieves, their homes remain prisons, their affectionate feelings for their family members remain foot shackles. Can you imagine? I think everybody should remember this verse. This is an open question and here tomorrow quiz. Tavad ragadayastenas, tavad kara gruham gruham. That means if you have a nice bungalow, but you have no devotion to Krishna, what is that bungalow? It's a prison house. Because you will be born in that house again as a dog, as a rat, as a snake, as a lizard. And everybody thinks, oh, I built a nice house, right? In India, it is a fashion, right? Once you finish your degree, what next you have to do? You have to build a nice bungalow. Bungalow in Delhi, bungalow in Mumbai. अगर थोड़ा ज़्यादा पैसा हो गया बंगलो in London. Wow, 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 wow. So let us read it again. My dear Lord Krishna, until people become your devotee, their material attachment and desire remain thieves. You understand? What is a thief? Everybody is afraid of thief, right? You have something very valuable. You are afraid. Why? The thief will steal it. So what is the real thief you are? You are worried about external thief. But your so-called attachment, material attachment and desire, that is snatching all opportunity. This human life is meant to attain Krishna. But this material attachment and material desires have snatched away your time, your energy, your intelligence, your effort, everything it has stolen, which should have been reposed in Krishna consciousness. Their homes remain prison. That I explained. And their affectionate feeling, their family members remain foot shackles. अगर तुम्हारा पैर को बांध दिया जाएगा क्या करोगे तुम? Foot shackle you are able to follow, na? Foot shackle?
Bedi.
Eh?
Bedi बोलते
Bedi, bedi, bedi. कैदियों को अगर बांधा जाता है, कोई recently I was hearing one devotee was speaking. And I have seen that movie also. This movie came in 1981 or 82. No, 81 तो मैं movie पता नहीं था. Yeah, 81. 81 I went to Ravinsa. So 81, 82. When I met Chittaranjan Das, that is the time this movie had come. This movie is about, there are some, it's a historical story. It's a historical story. I mean, a historical event where some, I think it is against Nazis or something, I have forgotten. These people, they were captured by Nazis because they were opposing Nazis. And I don't know exactly who are, but these are all scientists, poets, they're all big shots. And their hands and legs were bound. And they were put 24 hours inside the prison in that situation. And they will be given food, they are, because they are lying on the ground. And always the houses were dark. And the food would be given, and they were lying on this end, they will be eating like this. Okay? And then when Nazi regime was gone and they were made free. So then these people, although the shackles were removed, foot shackles, hand shackles were all removed. But for years, they have been conditioned to dark cells and lying. And still they continued their life like that. That means they have become addicted to live in ignorance. This is a very psychological, it's an actual thing. I think you people can figure out details, but the point, what is foot shackles? If there is no Krishna and you have nice family relationship, bonding, ये मेरा भाई है, ये मेरा पापा है, ये मेरा माँ है, ये मेरा बेटी है, ये मेरा this है, वो है. If Krishna is not there, they are like foot shackles. What a wonderful prayer. What a wonderful prayer. My dear master, although you have nothing to do with the material existence, you come to this earth and imitate material life just to expand the varieties of ecstatic enjoyment for your surrendered devotees. So Krishna has nothing to do with this material world, but he comes to rejuvenate the devotees. There are people who say, I know everything about Krishna. Let them think that way. As far as I am concerned, I do not wish to speak very much about this matter. तुम लोग बोलते हो, from where I am speaking this, right? So this is the verse, 38th verse, 10.14.38. Jananta eva janantu kim bhautya name prabho manaso vapuso vacho vaibhavam tavo gochara There are people who say, I know everything about Krishna. अरे मैं कृष्ण, मुझे पता है सब कुछ. एक आटम पता नहीं है और कृष्ण पता हो गया है. एक आटम पता नहीं है and we know Krishna. I cannot make a blade of grass. And what I say?
I know Krishna.
पानी नहीं मिलेगा मर जाएगा, खाना नहीं मिलेगा मर जाएगा, फिर भी क्या कहता हूं? I know Krishna. What kind of impudence we have? As far as I am concerned, I do not wish to speak very much about this matter. Oh my Lord, let me say this much. As far as your opulences are concerned, they are all beyond the reach of my mind, body and words. This is Brahmaji doesn't know about Krishna. He spoke so much. We learned so much. It's vast, very deep. His prayers are. How much we may know about Krishna. Anything about Krishna we know is only a drop in the ocean. It is not even a drop in the ocean. My dear Krishna, I now humbly request permission to leave. Actually, you are the knower, seer of all things. Indeed, you are the Lord of all universes, yet I offer this one universe unto you. What is the meaning of that? So Brahmaji is saying, I am going to preach your glories throughout this universe. He came as Haridas Thakur 500 years ago. And as Haridas Thakur, he liberated millions and millions. Same Haridas Thakur is inspiration for all Gaudiya Vaishnavas. So Brahma is saying, Krishna, everything is yours, but this universe I am giving to you. Just like now, everything is yours. This fruit is yours, this grain is yours, this milk is yours, but I am offering this to you. Very simple way Brahmaji is saying how to offer prayer to Krishna. Very nice. So, dear devotees, let us read the last verse, until which we will have quiz. Right? 40th verse. Okay? So, कल तक तैयार हो जाओ. Special prize. Shri Krishna Vrishni Kula Puskara Jo Sadayin Shaman Nirjara Dija Pasudadi Vrittikarin Uddharma Sarvara Harakshiti Rakshasa Drug Akalpam Arkam Aran Bhagavan Namaste. My dear Sri Krishna, you bestow happiness upon the lotus-like Vrishni dynasty, expand the great oceans consisting of the earth, the demigods, the brahmanas and the cows. You dispel the dense darkness of religion and oppose the demons who have appeared on this earth. O Krishna, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, as long as this universe exists, as long as the sun shines, I will offer my obeisances unto you. Beautiful. Brahmaji ki. Beautiful. Beautiful. We should learn how to pray, following the footsteps of Lord Brahma. Beautiful, beautiful. What he's saying, just see, as long as the universe exists, as long as the sun shines, I will offer my obeisances unto you. It's a poetic way. He is expressing his own feeling. Mama janmani janmani ishware bhavatad bhaktir ahaituki toi. Ahaituki toi. Kyure Gupta? गुप्ता भागा था कहाँ? प्रयागराज। हैं? पहुंच गया कहाँ पे? शमशान घाट। हैं? हैं? शमशान घाट में हैं? हैं? क्या 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 जला हुआ? क्या जला हुआ देखा रे तू? डेड बॉडी जला हुआ देखा? समझ में आ गया सब कुछ? फिर आ गया, भाग के आ गया। ठीक है, I think we are done. I'm not going to speak about this verse much. And it is, don't think that whatever I have spoken, I am going to ask. I'm going to ask only about these verses. But when I'm making question, if Krishna inspires me something, I'm going to put it there. You see, syllabus is 40 verses. There is no doubt about it. But what will be there in the quiz, I don't know. Okay? Certainly there will be minimum one question for every verse, and total questions will be 60 on our tomorrow. I would request everybody to be present tomorrow in the Damodarashtakam, because tomorrow is the last offering in this year. We don't know whether I will leave for next Damodarashtakam. We don't know. I don't know. So I request everyone to join me in performing Damodarashtakam, and then we'll have quiz. Any question? It's already 8:54. I will not take many questions today. As a practicing devotee, how to stay peaceful in all circumstances? That's a very good question, very difficult question as well. If I can only give you how can you become peaceful if you are fully dependent on Krishna, Guru and Krishna. That's the only way you can become peaceful. Otherwise, there is no peace. Next. Anmal Avasti, when we say this world is indescribable, I understand we can describe certain things perfectly. No, you cannot describe anything perfectly. Next. That question, I'm not able to read properly. Apparently, Newton's laws of motion can describe well motion of physical objects, and there is nothing more to describe there. So how is motion of physical objects indescribable? Humbly requesting to clarify. Oh. So by saying that the motion of objects are describable, so you are only assuming the particle. See, the object, I have explained this thing that in science, the objects are described by only two scientific concepts. One is particle, the other is wave. That's all. We know there is any object you pick up, it's neither a particle nor a wave, it's beyond everything. I have given this example. What is that salt test we used to have in intermediate science exam, chemistry exam? So we went to, before the exam, we went to the laboratory, gave to the lab assistant 40 rupees. 40 rupees in 1983 is a big amount. You must know this. 256 students were there. 256 into 40, how much, Ray? Huh? Huh? Wow. He earned so much of money. I am just amazed. But anyway, and so you are supposed to, so when we went to the test next day, so there are salt, different salt, and the salt are put in a packet, and on that packet there is a number given, written. So, and there is a basket and all these packets are there. You go and draw one packet randomly. And then the teacher will note down the number. That number means teacher knows what salt he has given to me. Right? Now I have to do the test according to chemistry. Right? Right? I have to add some solution and then color would change or something would happen. And then, so many things I have to do. And finally I have to conclude that this is potassium permanganate. Or hydrogen chloride or sodium chloride, like that. Yes or no? But I took my packet. I remember, that before even I know anything, that lab assistant is so smart, he took 1 grain of that particle, put in his mouth, and he's doing for everyone. He's doing for everyone. And just taking that, he told, yours is potassium permanganate. Yours is hydrogen chloride. Yours is sodium chloride. He knows it. Just putting it in his mouth. Okay? And we say we know science. Why don't you establish? Can you explain how he understands this? You are doing so much of test. वो तो मुंह में डाल के कर दिया. Okay? So the question here is that science has not gone beyond particle and wave. And are you particle and wave? I don't understand. And of course, I can speak on this topic. But anyway, you opened a Pandora's box. Actually, these are the things on which we must write. This is a good way. Write down all these things, how the world is indescribable. World is indescribable in so many ways. What Newton's mechanics has explained, nothing. I give this example about Newton mechanics, right? I bring one person to the desk and I ask him, what is your weight? So he would say, my weight is 70 kilo. And then I will say, this table is here. This is also 70 kilo. Okay. So according to Newtonian mechanics, there is no distinction between you and that table. Right? So whatever worth of this table, that worth is yours also. Anyway, I hope you got some sense from that discussion. Next, already 9 o'clock, I think we should stop here. Why is fear the biggest suffering? Yes, fear is the biggest suffering. Because that is very unnatural. Anything unnatural is the suffering. Because we are supposed to be fearlessness. When our Atma by nature is fearless. And fear is antithesis to my natural state. It is not only fear, anything that is unnatural causes suffering in me. Anything unnatural. And the Prabhupada gave that example. You bring the fish out of the water, you cannot make him happy. You keep the fish in a golden jar, you keep the fish in a 10-storied building, you provide whatever you think is the best to the fish. Fish will not be happy. Fish must be taken back to the water. Similarly, we must be brought back to the lotus feet of Krishna. That's it. Okay? So, thank you very much. I'm very grateful to all of you. Pancha kalpataruvesha, krupa sindhuvevacha, patitanam